3ds Max offers a healthy set of 2D sub-object modeling commands that you'll certainly want to take advantage of when working on the shapes you create. Let's take a look at some of those options. I'm using a file named 2D sub-object commands, which can be found in the Working Files folder. Let's select the yellow line in the middle, head over to the Modify column, and enter Vertex Mode. You'll find situations where adding additional vertices into an existing line will be required. When wanting to do that, you're going to have a couple of different options. Heading a little farther down in the Modify column, let's find the Refine command. With that active, I'll now go to the segment on the far left side of the line and click a couple times directly on that line. Each time I do, it'll create a new vertex, leaving the segment in its original shape. Now you've also got a command called Insert that works just a little different. When using Insert, you'll again be adding vertices, but now controlling the segment that you click on. When you click, move your mouse to the side. When you're finished adding your vertices, simply right-click to complete the command. You can also square off areas using a control called chamfer. You'll find that on the left-hand side of the menu a little farther down than Insert. Now the command works by either sliding the spinner or using your mouse directly on top of the vertex. There's also a command to round off an area. It's called Fillet, and you'll find it just above chamfer. Again, it can be adjusted using either the spinner or your mouse directly on the vertex. If you find a situation where you have too many vertices, you can simply window select them, then hit Delete. Let's now get out of sub-object mode by right-clicking and choosing Top Level. We'll then select the blue curve in the lower left-hand corner and type Z. That'll get it better centered on the screen. Open ends can be connected by adding a line in between. We'll go back to vertex mode and look for a command called Connect. Simply put your mouse on an open-ended vertex, then drag a line to another. To complete the command, you simply let go of the mouse. Let's undo that with Ctrl Z. You can also close a line by gluing two open-ended vertices together. For that, you'll use the Weld command. Now, before using the command, you'll want to first select your vertices. So let's drag a window around both open ends. I'll type in 60, then click on the Weld button. Let's again get out of sub-object mode, deselect our shape, and type Z. This time, let's select the green shape, then center things up again. You also have a couple of helpful segment commands. Over in the stack, enter the segment level of selection, then click directly on the segment on the left-hand side of the line. If ever wanting to divide a segment into equal, smaller parts, you can use the Divide command. Back on the right, it's going to be a little farther down. Set the number of vertices you'd like to position in that segment, then click on the Divide button. Segments can also be detached from a shape. You'll select the segment, then directly below Divide, you'll click on Detach. Now this will create a new shape, so Max is asking if you'd like to properly name it. For this one, we'll simply say OK. Notice the middle part is no longer selected, it's now a completely new shape. And we can see that by getting out of sub-object mode, selecting it, and moving it around. Let's again click away from our objects and center things using the Z command. We'll then go back to the blue shape in the lower left-hand corner and center up again. There's also a couple of special spline commands to be aware of. Enter spline mode and select the line. Back on the right, you'll find a mirror command. Clicking on the button and using the several options to the side will reorient the spline that you have selected. Above the mirror command, you'll find Outline. This gives you the opportunity of creating an outline with your selected spline. Those outlines can be created either to the inside or the out. Below Outline, you'll find the Boolean operation. Now, in order for that to work, let's overlap two of our splines. Like the 3D Boolean, the 2D Boolean command gives you the opportunity of making several combinations. Here, I'll leave it set to Union, click on the Boolean button, then click on the other overlapping spline. The two splines have been connected together, removing the parts they had in common. Let's again get out of sub-object level, deselect, then center things up. You can also easily attach two or more shapes together. To do that, you'll select one shape, then head to the Modify column looking for Attach. Once the button's been activated, you can then click on additional shapes. You know when they've turned white on the screen that they've been attached together. They can now be manipulated as a single shape. Even as one shape, though, they can still be selected and manipulated as individual splines. Back in the stack, we'll drop to spline selection, then click on one of the lines. So that'll give you a few different commands that you can tuck away in your 2D editing toolbox. Take the time to practice up, and you'll quickly come to realize just how valuable they are and how often you'll find a place to use them.